Shunyata. Have you ever heard this word before? In Pali language, it means emptiness. But empty of what? Empty like an empty box? Well, it means empty of any reason to not let go. A mind like that is free and open like the sky, untouched by the passing clouds. It doesn't mean the absence of thought. It means being free from it. A mind like that is called a Buddha mind. But how can we live like a Buddha? To understand that, we need to look at his first and the most essential teaching, what's called the right view of the Four Noble Truths. The first truth: life has suffering. Buddha compared the worldly pains to being struck by an arrow. We don't get what we want, we encounter what we don't want. There is sickness, aging, changing, and impermanence. These experiences are painful, but the bigger suffering is that we create ourselves through the stories we build around the pain. Or in another word, our reactivity is the second arrow. Now the Buddha, just like a wise physician who is looking for the cause of a disease, said the root of our suffering lies in our endless cravings. When we want the reality to be in another way than it is. And that is when we feel like nothing is ever enough. Not the world, and not even ourselves. A life without wanting is impossible. But craving is a form of thirst which burns us from within. And there is a difference. The origin of suffering is craving. Now it's time for the third truth, the truth of Nibbana. Nibbana is the complete extinguishing of craving, hatred, and ignorance, freedom from the cycle of suffering and rebirth. A boundless, unconditional, indescribable state of peace. An experience beyond words and theories. And finally, Buddha offered an antidote. And that antidote is called the Eightfold Path. The first step of the Eightfold Path is called right understanding or right view. The Four Noble Truths are also part of it, which we need to understand the Buddha's path. But the right view doesn't end here. To go deeper, we need to understand the three marks of existence, another important part of the right understanding or right view. and that is the subject of the next video. The continuation of Dharma Cat is only possible with your support. So, if these words have inspired you in any way, please don't forget to like and subscribe.